Hey guys, so it's me, Trish, and I am at a low in my eating disorder. I've touched on this before and I've talked about it before, but I feel like I have never been in the moment of one of my binges, and I thought I would talk to you guys about it now because this is one of the lowest, deepest binges I've been on, and I feel very sick. I can't talk to anyone. I haven't left my house in 3 days because I have now, for the third day in a row, stuffed myself so much full of food that I'm physically sick. I feel nauseous when I have to sit up just to go to the bathroom. So I wanted to document this because I need to change, and it needs to start now, but essentially tomorrow because it's late. So I'm laying here on my couch because it's been really hot here in LA, and I've been sleeping out here, and you probably hear the fan in the background, and yeah, I just need to document this and put this out there. I'm not really sure why, just to put this out there for myself, I guess, or to look back on myself, because what I'm feeling right now is sickness. I'm so stuffed. But not in a good way. I was just really down and really in a depression. It's really hot in here too. It's like 85 degrees. I don't have air conditioning, so it's really hot too. You guys were literally on this Coke tripod. That's how not prepared from filming I was. And this is actually probably a better angle because it reflects how I'm feeling. You guys usually see me when I'm all done up and beautiful and as beautiful as I can get, right? And I go through these binges, so I should actually, oh gosh, I feel so, this feels a little more personal, just like get you guys all up close and personal to my face. I like physically can't breathe. My stomach is very tight. I ate 6 takeout dinners today. 6 takeout meals. I ordered breakfast in and a full. When I ordered takeout, what did I have this morning? I had eggs, bacon, toast, pancakes, waffles, muffins, and orange juice. And then I had a meal from BJ's, mozzarella sticks, fish and chips, and a full Pizookie that I did eat. Then I had a Domino's pizza with Diet Coke. And then I guess you wouldn't consider the other full meals, but I cooked a little bit of pasta and ate some of that. I definitely got into my cookie butter ice cream, and I was doing really good. So I'm going to explain to you guys a little bit more about binge eating and my personal binges and how it's been successful for me in the past and how it's kind of like killing me in a sense right now. And it's kind of hard to talk about, and I'm physically very sick, and I feel the worst. It's got to stop. So I will do very well on eating, and I will eat so clean. I was on a fruit diet for like 3 days, and I was eating really clean. One day I got to eat with someone, and I wasn't eating clean. We decided to splurge on, I think we had chicken pad thai, and we decided to splurge, and that's what kicked off this recent binge. And I used to binge when I was in high school every weekend. I would not eat the whole week. I would just drink Slim Fast Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday I would binge and eat whatever I wanted, and then I'd go back to not eating. So that was my binge where I was successful and I was able to maintain weight and lose weight doing that. At this point now in my life, I'm gaining weight with my binges because I binge more often and more frequently. A lot of people look at people who have a binge eating disorder or go on binges and they think it's gross and disgusting and that person has no willpower and they want to be like that and they're doing it to themselves and they're like, why are you so gross? Why are you so fat? Why can't you stop eating? And these are questions we ask people who have a binge eating disorder. We ask ourselves this every time we binge. And during a binge, I feel so bad. I don't want to order more food, but I always want to make myself I want to order so much food that I make myself physically sick to the point where I just don't want to eat food anymore, which is also a bad thing because now tomorrow, normally coming off a binge, I just want to eat anything tomorrow or the next day and maybe not eat for 3 days and then binge for 3 days. But my binges are becoming more intense and more hardcore, and they need to stop. And I'm going through a lot of life changes at the moment, and with that, I need help with this. Now, I do go to therapy, and she doesn't specialize in eating disorders or anything like that, but definitely helps me talk through binges and why I go through them. And it's a coping mechanism because I don't want to deal with what I'm going through. And I'm not depressed at the moment. Like, a lot of times when I binge, I'm depressed, and I can identify that, but I'm actually not depressed. Even though I thought I was, it's fear of the unknown. I'm doing a lot of changes, and again, I kind of feel alone in these changes. And they're good changes, but I'm scared. I'm scared of them all, and food is my comfort. If I'm eating and making myself sick, I'm not thinking about my life, my real world situation. And I want to call them problems. I would call them good things, but they're just a lot for me to take in. So the reason, again, I'm documenting this is because I want to see this, and I want to look back, and, I was just looking at how thick my neck has gotten, and it makes me very sad because I always thought I had this under control in the sense that, like, I wasn't going to let it affect my health, but it is affecting my health, and it's making me scared because I want to live. And I don't want to slowly kill myself by eating food and not being able to control it. Again, something that I think a lot of misconceptions with binge eating disorders that people understand is like, just stop eating. It's not that simple. We have a connection with food and with the amount of food we eat. It's a comfort. It's psychological. Like, food for me is something that it makes me feel safe. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel comforted, and it makes me feel happy. It's like a drug, and unlike drugs, you can't just quit cold turkey. You have to eat to survive. And unfortunately, I don't love healthy food. Unfortunately, I like cheese sticks and fish and chips and pizza. So, what I did today, which I haven't done, is I deleted all my food ordering apps because that's how I got all my food, because I don't keep food in my house. Sometimes I will, but I binge those out within the first night of me buying groceries. I'll eat all my groceries the first night. But as you can see, this is my stomach right now. It's completely full, and it is going over my underwear, which is not how my stomach normally is. And it's disgusting, and I'm feeling it, and it's like, and the reason I say it's disgusting because I'm disgusted by what I'm doing to my own body, but I can't control. When you look at people that are overweight, not all overweight people have eating disorders. Some people just slowly gain weight and don't realize it or don't care. They think it's too hard to lose the weight. I find it really easy to lose weight, to be honest. But I'm not at the point where I want to give up my food. And that's my problem, and that's what's killing me, because my food is the most important thing to me, and it needs to not be. So right now, in this moment, I'm saying to Trish, if you're watching, editing this, or watching this back on YouTube, your life and your health are more important than food, because you love your life and you love your family more than you love food. And that is so true. And when my brother was in high school, he went to the hospital, and he was like 13, and he had to get a shot in his butt. And I remember when he came back, my dad said we had to stop eating pizzas and fast food because it was clogging his heart at such an early age. And I have health issues already. And my uncle. That's sad. related to his weight. And it breaks my heart because he's such a good person. And I know the struggle of eating and not taking care of yourself. It's really a struggle for a lot of people. And other people are so hard and so judgmental on people who are overweight or have health-related issues or have to be in a wheelchair because of their weight. And they say, oh, they did it to themselves. And even those people believe they did it to themselves, but sometimes you have no control. It's a problem. It's just a problem you can see more than someone with a drug problem or an alcohol problem or an abusive problem. And people are so mean. It's the same thing as having any of those other problems I just mentioned. People are just so mean because they think it's so easy to just not eat bad food or just exercise, but people have so many issues. And you know what's so sad is while I'm doing this right now, I'm feeling so depressed and miserable. All I can think about is all the comments saying, Patricia, I thought you were proud of your body and being curvy. And I am. Because my body has gotten me this far in my life. And my body wakes me up every day and keeps me going. And gives me energy and gives me life. And I love my body and I'm proud of that. And it has no issues with my body or my aesthetic. I'm okay with having a fat tummy if it meant that I wasn't out of breath just trying to sit up on my couch to go to the bathroom. So for anyone saying, like, don't preach body confidence, it's like, what am I supposed to be, miserable? The past 27 years I've been dealing with this. Well, I'm 27 now, so the past 15 years of my life I've been dealing this with, and I'm just supposed to hate myself because I can't deal with this. I can't overcome this problem. No. I still want to look pretty and look nice because it makes me feel good, and it makes me feel good when I can't help myself in other areas. And people are just so mean and so judgmental, and I'm documenting this and I'm putting this out for everyone to see. So I get it, but then it makes me feel so bad for those of people who maybe watch me or read the comments and maybe are dealing with the same thing or maybe dealing with it at a larger scale, or they're larger than me and they think, oh my god, if they're this mean to Trish, like, I must be a terrible person. Oh, because I look at people who call people fat and they're like half my size, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if they're fat, then I'm must be the most disgusting whale. There's nasty sites that call me Shamu, and I don't think people understand the severity of that, because it is something I struggle with. Of course it is. Of course I say I love myself because I do love myself. And that's why I'm making this video. This is why I'm trying so hard. I want to overcome because I do love myself. But, you know, it's hard. It's a struggle. And hearing all those other words is so hurtful. You want to make fun of a drug addict and call them, you know, like a meth head, or just say horrible things about them when they're clearly dealing with an issue that's very hard for them to control. Or suicide people you wouldn't make jokes about. And while I know it's hard for most people to grasp, it's food, Trish, just stop eating. This is something different. It's not. And I'm saying that as someone who has struggled with alcohol and substance abuse and physical abuse, and I've dealt with all of that too, and that was a struggle too. And I'm not fully healed from any of that, and I'm never going to be fully healed. I'm always going to have an eating disorder. I'm always going to be a binge eater, and it's going to, every day I've waken up for the past 15 years of my life, probably longer, probably 17 years. I think about my food, my intake, my meals. It's a struggle. And sometimes I can't go out with people because I feel like I won't be able to control myself in a restaurant. And it sucks. And I have to just hold myself accountable. And this is the best way I know how, because I don't feel like I'm very honest with myself about it. I don't want to face it. I don't want it out there for fear that someone's going to judge me over it. Someone in my real life, haters, whatever, but I just don't want people in my real life to judge me for this, Because then it opens up that whole floodgate. Well, I can't help you. This is what you gotta do. All you gotta do is cut out a few bad things. I get advice listened to me all the time about my diet. It's like, gosh, don't you think I know? And the thing is, with eating disorders, everyone has their own journey. It's like an anorexic person. You're gonna just tell the person, just eat. That's all you gotta do, just eat. If they could just eat, they wouldn't have an eating disorder. Or bulimics. Do you think they enjoy throwing up after a meal? Overeaters. That's me. I was an overeater. I am an overeater. But what I've, learned the past few years is I'm a binge eater because I overeat in spurts. So what am I going to do? Well, I continue to go to therapy because it does help me with my thoughts and my mental state. And tomorrow I'm going to get out of my house. I need to get out of my house because I binge eat when I don't leave my house. So I need to get up tomorrow and I need to get dressed because when I don't get dressed is when I binge eat. So I'm going to start getting dressed every single morning as if I were to go out. Even if I don't leave my house, I need to dress as if I am going to leave my house. But on that same note, I need to physically leave my house every day. So if that means walking, going to the gym, going to the store, walking around the mall, going to my mom's house, then that's what it means. So, sorry. Oh my God, this got so long. I'm so sorry. Holy cow. Alright, guys. Well, I feel so sick and so nauseous. And Trish, you're going to be better. And you're going to look back on this. And you're going to thank Trish in this moment, for reminding you that you don't want to be on a couch on a Saturday night after 3 days of overeating with a belly that feels like it's going to burst and a heart that feels like it's going to fall out. And it's a process, Trish. And it is something you are going to have to deal with for the rest of your life. But you can do it and you can overcome it because you've overcome a lot already. And this is just one more thing we need to overcome. And to Trish, you are beautiful, and you know this because you have pictures of yourself all over your house. You are worth overcoming this. And your life and your happiness and love is worth more than food. Food can bring you some happiness, but it's not your only happiness. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being there.